Welcome to the Trillverse. To all my main characters out there, it's your boy Trilla in the building, and we here. Now today we're gonna talk about something so important that just led me to a late night realization. Currently, it's like 12 o'clock at midnight, and usually on Wednesdays I'll live stream at 8 p.m. But the reason why I didn't go live also plays a factor in why I'm journaling. So journaling changed my entire life and led me to so many realizations, so much to the point where in the midst of me journaling, I had to go live to share y'all this information. So if y'all really want to learn what I figured out, stay tuned. So welcome to the chat. Those who are in there, I call my chat and my audience the Trillverse, or the main characters, because I believe everybody controls the master of their fate and the leader of their destiny. So if y'all new here, make sure y'all drop a subscribe button. But what I learned and what I was dealing with was inconsistency in relationships because I prioritized my mission over relationships. So I was journaling today, well, really 5 minutes ago, and I was journaling and I was realizing, I'm like, bro, this, I'm becoming more of what I once resented. And how can I stop that cycle of, mistreating people or ghosting or, treating people whenever on your time and not respectively? Because I always say my purpose is, I'm like, my mission is more important than this relationship. My mission is more important than hanging out with friends. And while journaling, I came to a realization of I can still prioritize work over relationships or my mission over relationships, but but I will stay emotionally accountable in how I show up, even if it's from a distance. So a lot of the grind culture, or the I need to do this, or I need to make money, or to get rich quick, all of that, that mindset, that trigger, that all of that, where that comes from. Hey, what's up, Paulo, man? Thank y'all for coming to the live. I call all my audience members the Trillverse because I believe y'all the main character of y'all's life. Every decision, every moment, every choice leads y'all to a decision of growth, of mastery. So I call y'all the main characters, the MCs. Thank y'all for coming. Nines Carb Meats? No way. Ball guy in here? What's up? What's up, Nines Carb Meats? If y'all new to the channel, welcome to the Trillverse. Yes, sir. Welcome to the Trillverse, man. But back to what I was talking about. So, prioritizing your mission over relationships. A lot of time we become one-dimensional in what we're accomplishing, so much to the point where we don't prioritize our relationships, or people will feel they'll disregard your emotions, or you'll disregard other people's emotions because you're so focused on the mission or so focused on the vision. And while from a third person point of view, you're saying, I'm so focused on my mission, I'm so focused on my grind that I'm not able to give them the time that they're asking for. It's okay. But if you keep having a reoccurring problem of, I'm not doing this enough, or this person is blowing up my phone, or, all of that, because I deal with the same thing. This is how you solve that issue of your relationships not being tip-top shape, or you not having that bond, while still holding that emotional accountability, while still having that bond with that person, even if you're grinding constantly day by day. So while I was journaling, I asked myself, I said, how can I maintain emotional alignment while walking a path that requires distance? A lot of the times, us as men or women, those who are watching, we prioritize our mission and say, okay, this is the sacrifice that I need to make to become greatness. A lot of the time, we want the comfort, we want the wealth, we want the cars, we want the clothes, we want the fame, we want everything But the one thing that we don't want is to sacrifice. It comes, the cost that comes with greatness is distance. The cost that comes with greatness is honing your skill, honing your mindset, sometimes doing things when you don't want to do it, doing activities that have no alignment with what your vision is but helps you out in the long run. It all comes into play. It all is a factor. So with that, I asked myself, how can I maintain emotional alignment while walking a path of greatness, while going towards my mission each and every single day? And what I did, my answer was, I can let people know where I stand, not to keep them close, but to stay in integrity with how I lead. I don't owe everyone my presence, but I owe myself the peace of knowing I didn't leave in silence. The point I'm trying to make with journaling, the point I'm trying to make with the grind, the point I'm trying to make with relationships is, yes, relationships are optional. And the grind and your mission will always be there if you're consistent. Because that consistency for your grind, that consistency towards your mission and your vision will always bear fruit. And with wounded people or people who've been through trauma, they feel like, why would I indulge in relationships when all people do is leave, when all people do is betray and do these things? So you become one-dimensional and you only focus on your vision. You only focus on your grind when in a long run, that is affecting you, because you can be so focused on the grind, but you get tired after a while. And when you get tired and you burn out, what that does is you don't have any emotional support to keep you going, because you've closed off all of the bridges, or you've burned all the bridges that were helping you. I'm not here to say that you have to talk to a person every single day. You have to do these. No. The point I am making is, you do not have to give your presence to everybody, but having a safe space or a presence to go to while you're grinding, while you're, tired, or while you're resting, to rejuvenate you, to pour back into you, is highly important. Because this doesn't just give you the alertness to stay on your grind, or the support to keep moving forward, but it also trains your mind, body, and spirit to let yourself know that you don't have to always be hard. You don't have to always grind. You don't have to always stay in this mindset or matrix that the social media presents you. One of the main reasons why I came back on posting content and going live is to let people know that they're not alone in coming in this grind. To let people know that you getting to the mission that you've always wanted, yeah, it may be difficult. It may serve hardship, but I wanted to illustrate the grind, illustrate the rise, illustrate the identity change. Because you will have to remove your old self, your old habits, your old patterns, your old ways of living to become this new person. And obviously it's televised. It's all said on social media, like, be consistent, grind, you have to change your identity, whatever. But it's not understood. People don't understand what that means. And I'm still on a path of understanding. So if you're still figuring out what you want to do in life, if you're still figuring out how to become the person that you've always wanted to, this is the perfect place, the perfect channel, because I'm here to show y'all that, hey, this is what I learned. This is my path of growth, and y'all can learn from me, and I can learn from y'all as well. I'm not coming from an authoritative perspective to tell y'all what to do. What I'm doing is just sharing the knowledge that I found out, sharing the knowledge that I'm constantly learning, because the mindset of constant development, the mindset of constantly showing up for yourself. I was supposed to go live at 8 p.m. Y'all already know the schedule, Mondays and Wednesdays. But I didn't go live today, so I hopped on live at 12. I woke up, I didn't even want to be on live. I was like, I want to get some extra rest. But then I remembered, like the last live that I talked about, claiming the identity over the outcome. Yeah, I want to be a content creator, but what does a content creator do? What does a visionary or artist do? So look at the identity and not the outcome, the identity and not the results, the identity and not the money or the fame. Because in the long run, when you claim the identity of what you want to become is going to make you go way further than just getting that result. And I can attest for this as well. When I was focused on results-based outcomes, or when I was so focused on only getting the result, like, oh, I want to get $1,000. Once you get $1,000, it's like, okay, I don't have the motivation anymore. I don't need to be consistent anymore. And it's not about that. It's about changing your mind. It's about changing and expanding and growing and developing and becoming something new. So that's what the identity is. Focusing on the identity of what does the identity of a wealthy person do? Well, they have wealthy habits. They have assets. They wake up early in the morning. They have routines. They have systems. And that's what you adopt. Versus, oh, I want to make $1 million. That's just the goal. How are you going to work towards that? What systems are you going to build? You have to start auditing or criticizing the way you look, the way you act. You have to learn how to beat yourself up constructively. Having constructive criticism towards yourself in a way where you can grow, in a way where you're honest and you hold yourself accountable. That's the definition of accountability. The definition of accountability is being able to be truthful to yourself and learn from it instead of ignoring it. Like if I eat Cheetos, if I'm a hot Cheeto guy and I eat hot Cheetos, but I want a gym body, how can that align? If I'm not working out, if I'm not eating right, if I'm not even stretching or going on walks, how can I get to where I want to be? How can I get the dream body that I've always wanted if my habits and my patterns don't align? So that's what I mean by claiming the identity, what they do, how they act, the things that they think about over the outcome, over the result, which is why I talked about journaling, because the importance of what I was telling y'all about, of accountability, of being honest to yourself, of beating yourself up in a way where you can grow from it instead of put yourself down, is the meaning of journaling. Because when you journal, you're able to see your thoughts on paper. And I'm not just sitting here bullshitting y'all. Welcome to the channel, y'all. If y'all new to the channel, this is the Trillverse. I call y'all the Trillverse because each and every single one of y'all are main characters to y'all story, main characters of your life. Every decision, every choice, all matters to where you can get to your goal or get worse. So if y'all here to document y'all process, to learn and grow to achieve what y'all want to do, subscribe to the channel. But this is not me just saying no motivational stuff. This is me telling y'all and me showing y'all day by day, me showing up for myself. Because this is character. This is not content. This is not me just saying do this, do this. I live by this and I die about this. I journal. I have my goals. I have a whiteboard. So this is me showing y'all that y'all not alone in working the way y'all want to be. This channel is for the main characters. This channel is for people who want to improve their lives. And I'm just being as real as I can be. Because on social media, what do you see? You see bots. You see drama. You see the AI shit. You see partying and this life being glorified. But where do you see the realness, accomplishments, change? Where do you see authenticity? You don't see that. And that's what I bring to the table. That's what I am here to show y'all. Hello, Alyssa. How y'all doing? Welcome to the channel. Make sure y'all subscribe. You know what I'm saying? That's what I bring to the table. And I'm not competing with the rest of these content creators. I'm not. What I'm doing, I'm here for the people. I'm here to connect. I'm here to show y'all that you don't have to do what everybody else is doing. If you have a vision, if you have a mission and a plan, you can execute it if you're consistent and if you're being intentional. Because intention is what creates systems. Intention is what breeds the success that you've always wanted. Intention is how you change your old self into this new person who makes the money you want, or who has a family, who supports and provides. So this channel is not just for men. This channel is not just for women. It's from everybody. So everybody can learn from the things that I'm learning, and so I can learn from everything that y'all know. Because in a world like this, in a world full of distractions, how can you stay focused? How can you be honed? How can you go down this lane and accomplish the goals that you want to and climb the mountain? And how you do that is by being intentional, by being focused, by holding yourself accountable, and also being proactive. Not just soaking up the information, but acting on it, showing up for yourself, showing you that you can do all things. We see everything on a perspective of, I want to blow up overnight, or I want to go viral, or I want $1 million in my bank account by tomorrow. But we don't have the consistency of, at least waking up and writing something down. It takes 5 seconds. It takes 5 seconds. It's the small things that build the momentum for those big shifts. It's the small actions that you do consistently over time that make a multiplier effect to completely offset your life into success, into the greatness that you know is sleeping inside of you. I believe each and every single person in this chat has the potential to be more than who they think they are, to be more than who they are now. Deep down, you have a dream, you have a mission, you have a purpose. That's innately in your mind, that's innately in your heart. And I believe that y'all could be so much more than that. And there's a quote that I live and die about. And the quote goes like, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. We as humans, we believe it is our inconsistencies or our upbringing or our race that makes us, but rarely our ignorance of self that keeps us stagnant. Us being ignorant to holding ourselves accountable, us being ignorant to our patterns, our ways of thinking, our habits, is what's holding us back to getting the dream life that we've always wanted. So that's why I journal. That's why I hold myself accountable, because you showing up for yourself day by day, is what keeps you on the path that you're trying to get to. Alyssa, hold on. Let me see. Alyssa Bria. I don't want to say her name wrong. Alyssa said, "Do you go to church?" Yeah, I go to church. I believe I'm a God-fearing man. But when it comes to understanding the principles of the Bible, or when it comes to understanding that topics and what he preaches and things like that, I go to the source. I go to the source of the Bible. I go to the Old Testament, the New Testament. I learn everything from the book, because sometimes the church may only preach one certain message. But I don't want to talk about that. I started this live up to talk about how to improve your life, how to be consistent, how to be determined, and why journaling takes you there. Why journaling is a tool that you can use to get you to where you want to be. Spiritually, when it comes to being spiritually aligned with who you want to be, when it comes to spiritualizing, when it comes to being spiritually aligned with God, that is also a major factor. You being able to be humble, you being able to submit yourself and believe in something that you cannot see. And that entire message of believing something you cannot see is faith. That is hope. That is belief. So you not only have to believe in something you cannot see, you also have to do that with yourself. Believing that you can achieve this goal even though it's not tangible, even though you can't see it right now. Having the belief of I am more than what I am now. That's something you can't see. But you know in your mind, you know in your heart that it's more. You know in your mind, you know in your heart that you can get towards it. So even when it comes to being spiritually aligned with God, you also have to take those principles and apply that to life. And I'm not saying it's an easy task, because we all fall short. We all, make mistakes. But the reason why I go live, the reason why I'm posting this content is to show y'all that if you're going to fall, if you're going to make a mistake, make sure you fall forward. Make sure you learn from it. Make sure you adapt and change your angle on getting to where you want to get to. If you're failing and you're failing, you're trying, you're failing. That right there, you have to learn from why you're constantly failing. There's a code, or there's a way of doing things when it comes to figuring stuff out. You may play baseball, basketball, sports, you may draw, you may do art, you may do anything. But there's different ways of going about things. So if you're failing at one thing, if you're not getting the result that you desired, then you have to change your outlook. You have to change the way you're doing it and figure out what works. And once you figure out what works, you now have a system or a framework to go off of. But yeah, welcome to the channel. You know what I'm saying? My name's Trill. I mean, my intro is so hard, bro. It's crazy. I started, it's crazy how much love y'all be showing me though, because I usually don't even be on. Like a month ago, I would never see myself doing this again. Like this social media stuff, I really don't be on here. And now that I'm starting to be live, post videos, record them, edit, do that again, I love it. I feel like I'm coming home now, because when I was posting, it drives me. So now that I'm coming back and I'm posting, I'm doing, it's like I'm being offered with so much love, with so much peace, with so much, affection, and I'm thankful for that. I'm thankful for y'all being in this live. Like, I feel like I came back to my family for real. So it's amazing that I'm able to share my knowledge and share what I learned to people who may not know it all. To people who's just now tuning into the channel. I know that these lives, or whatever I say from this live, people will learn later, years later. This will always be here. And that's part of the legacy that I'm trying to build. You cannot eat the fruit from a seed that you just planted. You cannot eat a fruit from a seed that you just planted. So the work that you're doing, the grinding you're doing, the vision that you have, those all are seeds. Most people are trying to eat the fruit from seeds that they just planted. You have to have patience for your seeds to grow, for the things that you've invested in, for the energy you've put in, the effort you've put in, the consistency you've put in, the mental effort you've put in. Those seeds have to mature. They have to grow. They have to be watered. They have to be nurtured and nourished. And it's the same with life. You plant seeds. You plant your ideas. You put your ideas and your vision, and you act constantly, day by day, showing up for yourself over and over and over and over and over again. And lo and behold, you start to build that momentum over and over and over and over again. And then boom, now it's an unstoppable force because you do those small actions over and over again, to the point where trying to stop a train is not possible. You become a train. You become impenetrable off of the small, consistent actions. So that's what journaling has showed me. Journaling has let myself take everything in my mind, my thoughts, my feelings, the way I see life, and change it. Not just from a perspective of, oh, I feel better, this is off of my heart, but now I can move with purpose, direction, and intention through journaling. And that's what I learned, because it was a big shift for me, because I wasn't able to prioritize my friendships, prioritize my relationships, because I was so busy and focused on my mission. And I journaled today, and I realized that prioritizing my mission, there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with embracing the grind, with embracing the vision, with embracing that mission that you have for yourself, that purpose. But being emotionally present with the support system that you have is also a major factor. Because when you're grinding and you're being consistent, when you're winning everything, you don't get tired. When you're winning, you don't get tired. But when you're losing, when you're not doing the best, and you still have to show up for yourself, and you still have to be consistent, and you still have to be focused, that is where your relationships and your support system helps you to keep going. And that's what I learned from journaling today. Because that was what I was dealing with. I was dealing with not being able to prioritize relationships because I'm so focused. And y'all have probably been through the same thing. You want to grind, or you're working out every day, but you don't have time to hang out with your friends or hang out with your family or hang out with your cousins. And it's time consuming. You feel like you're putting your people that you've grown up with or the people around you on a back burner. But also you have a sense of achievement because you know you're working towards the betterment of yourself. So it's like a divide. Like, do I choose my friends or do I choose purpose? And you don't have to play that game. That's what I learned today. You don't have to play the game of, I'm going to put my friends over my purpose, or I'm going to put my purpose over my friends. That is the price of being great. You put your mission over your mood. You put your mission over things. It's your priority. But also don't forget to make the support system a priority, the friendships. So what I had written down specifically was, it's not wrong to prioritize your mission over relationships. The real mindset shift is, I won't abandon my mission. This is what y'all should tell yourself. When you're feeling guilty, when you're feeling shamed, when you're feeling so much sadness and anger and regret towards yourself, when you say this will give you ease. This will reassure you. This will put you in a state of peace, in a state of knowing. This is what you should say to yourself when you're feeling like, I'm prioritizing my mission over my friendships, my mission over my relationships. And it also gives you clarity. I won't abandon my mission for anyone, but I will stay emotionally accountable in how I show up, even from a distance. So that means to be clear, not cold. That means to be honest, not avoidant. It also means to be consistent with your purpose, but compassionate with your people. That means be consistent with your purpose, but compassionate with your people. Because it's not wrong to prioritize you. It's not wrong to focus on you. The whole point of life is development, change, growth. You're constantly developing each and every single day. There's no issue, there's no problem with that. But don't forget that there will be people to come into your life and they only want to support you. And don't be so caught up in your grind. Don't be so caught up in your mission or your purpose that you miss out on a blessing or you miss out on a support system that can catapult you toward the success that you've always wanted. But you have to be able to be in a state of acceptance. Not rigid, not hard, not, So be consistent with your purpose, but compassionate with your people. And that's what I learned from journaling. So if this helped y'all, if this really changed y'all mindset or at least open your eyes a little bit to journaling, because I know it did not have the best, back in the day when I was younger and I was watching movies and TV shows, journaling was not hyped up as what it is now. I'm going to just say that. Journaling was like, oh, you're soft or you're doing this, but journaling gives you clarity, focus, determination, and it's a way to keep yourself consistent and to show up for yourself. So I'm thankful for y'all tuning in. If y'all new to the channel, I call all of my subscribers the Trillverse, because I believe each and every single one of y'all have the capability of being great, of being new and set apart. Because I know each and every single one of y'all are special. So what I call y'all my main characters, because y'all could be the master of y'all fate. Y'all can achieve any goals that y'all desire and set. And my channel is about being on that mission, being and grinding to get to where you want to be, but also the process that no one shows, the process and the rise and the mistakes that you make that you have to learn from. So, and embodying and embracing that identity. So each and every single day, whether I post a video or I go live on Mondays and Wednesdays, I show y'all what I learned, how I'm developing, what skills that I'm constantly working towards to get to where I want to be. I'm showing y'all that it's a marathon and not a race. On social media, you see Instagram, you see TikToks, everybody making $1 million, having cars, doing that. But you don't see the work they put in or the small steps. And that's what I'm about. That's what I show. So if you want a life or you want someone that you can sit next to and watch and be like, man, I'm going to get after it today, subscribe to my channel so y'all can know more and do more and also feel a sense of belonging to know that you're not alone. Without further ado, it's your boy, Trill in the building. And I'm out. Thank y'all main characters for tuning in. I'll see y'all on Monday.